Trigger Warning is the brand new Netflix original film that released on Friday. The film is executive produced and starring Jessica Alba as the character of Parker. She is in the military, but she is brought to her lonely hometown after it is revealed that her father died in a cave accident. But as the movie on goes, Parker realizes that it was not an accident that killed her father. As she points things together and brings things together, Parker starts to realize who actually did it, and she's on a revenge path for justice. This movie had an original spec script that was bought in 2016, and the movie wrapped filming nearly 3 years ago. The film is an hour and 46 minutes long and is TV matured. Welcome back to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Zimberg. If you're new to the channel, I talk all things movies, TV shows, and box office, and I also do movie rankings and out-of-theater reactions. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. We're almost at 220 subscribers. We're growing fast. Let's keep growing by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Also, please comment down below. What are your thoughts on Trigger Warning? If you saw it, did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you a big Jessica Alba fan? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you've not seen it, tell me, didn't even know this movie was coming out on Netflix. I love having these fun conversations with you guys. Also, please like the video, guys. It helps out YouTube algorithm out. So the more you guys like the video, the more my videos will be recommended to new viewers. So I saw the trailer for Trigger Warning a couple months ago. This is Jessica Alba's first film in 5 years. And she's kind of been taking a minor break from Hollywood as her company, her care company, has really skyrocketed over the last decade. But she is back with this action flick that she executive produced. Again, this script has been bought for now 8 years ago to be used, and Netflix bought the rights to the film in 2020, and it's already been finished shooting in 2021, so another 2.5 years in post-production. So let's get into my thoughts. Again, I did grow up with Jessica Alba, the Fantastic Four movies, Sin City. There's a lot of movies that I grew up with that she was just always in those movies. So I definitely have some nostalgia for Jessica Alba, but let's get into my thoughts on Trigger Warning. And I'm just going to come straight. This is a really bad movie, and it's unfortunate because I am someone who defends and supports Jessica Alba from an acting perspective in a lot of her films. She's gotten a lot of flack over her career, if she's a good actress or not. I've always enjoyed Jessica Alba's presence in movies, but overall, this is a mess of a movie on all levels, on a script level, on an acting level, and obviously this isn't a revenge action-like movie. And the way this movie is kind of put together is kind of a combination of Rambo and John Wick. And while it's definitely what this movie is trying to be, you can't stop thinking about those movies during the movies because those films do this plot line 10 times better than what this plot line is going on. I'm actually shocked. This movie has a lot less action than I was expecting. And the movie goes down a very serious route. The action scenes, the plot itself, it's not taken to be this over-the-top B-movie action film. It's trying to be this very serious, with action, revenge film. And when it's trying to take itself seriously, pull back a bit on the action scenes and focus more on story and character, it needs to have a compelling story to keep me intrigued. So when you get those action scenes, you get payoffs. Even if they're not the best action scenes, you want to feel some sort of relief because it is a revenge movie. And what do revenge movies have to do? You have to care about the person that's on the revenge, and you as an audience member need to feel just as satisfied as the person who is getting their revenge. And you just don't feel any of those things. I think a big problem with revenge movies and action films, if they're done bad, is like this, which is that it is boring. This movie is so boring until kind of the last 10, 15 minutes when it's a long action scene. Even that isn't that entertaining. So let's break it through. The action scenes themselves, the opening action scene, I was like, this is actually kind of interesting. It really is false thinking that that's what the whole movie's going to be. The opening 5 minutes, that opening fight scene in Syria, is actually easily the best part of the movie. It shows off Alba's action sense very well. She's very capable in action movies. She's very believable in action movies. So I enjoyed the opening 5 minutes. I said, oh, that's going to be a really interesting way. Military person coming back home, whatever. But the rest of the movie just doesn't live up to the opening action, which isn't even a great action scene. It's a solid opening scene to get you interested into the movie. But it goes pretty downhill from there. But the other action scenes themselves just feel kind of rinse and repeat because Alba's main weapon of choice, as you can see in the background, is a knife. She's not really using guns throughout the entire movie. And a lot of the action scenes just feel copy and paste throughout the entire movie with the hand-to-hand combat. Alba's good in the action scenes, but again, there's nothing original or fresh. And the biggest problem, as I said, is it feels like you're watching the same action scene rinse and repeat throughout the entire film. Now, from a script perspective, other than Alba is still in the military, she kind of has no character going on other than she loved her father and her father is dead. Like, other than that, she has kind of nothing going on. The movie goes for some really serious moments, and it's not a great performance, and it's not great scripted on the page from either the script or Alba, because there's some scenes where she has to cry, and it felt very forced for her to cry in particular moments. They try to throw these flashback scenes, and this movie is really trying to be sometimes inventive with transition shots or flashback shots. They all just kind of feel forced and done better in different movies. But as I said, you need to care about a revenge movie about the person going on her revenge path. But you know from the moment the movie begins who the villains are. Anthony Michael Hall is also in this movie. There's a family of people who you can tell where their motives are from the moment they're on screen. They try to set up a romantic, maybe dynamic between the characters of Parker and Jesse. Jesse's played by Mark Webber. You never feel the chemistry or that these people ever liked each other. And it's supposed to set up, oh, maybe she would like this person or doubt that he could be doing something bad. But it's just very forced, in my opinion. The whole villain plot line is very forced. We've seen it in a billion other movies. Of course, Parker has to have a friend in the military who's a tech person who can help her out throughout the entire movie. As I said, this is one of the most unoriginal, maybe I think the most unoriginal script I've seen all year, where you've seen every beat of this movie in a billion other films, and most of them are going to be better than Trigger Warning. So it's unfortunate. I like Jessica Alba a lot. I grew up watching a lot of Jessica Alba movies growing up, but sadly, this is not a good way to return to Hollywood after 5 years. This is a really bad movie, and I don't like crapping on stuff. So this was an unfortunate watch. It was boring, poorly paced. The action has never lived up to the hype, and some of the acting is pretty dodgy in this movie. So overall, I'm going to give Trigger Warning a 0.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 15% for the new Netflix original film. Did you see Trigger Warning? Do you agree with me? Or did you get more out of it than me? Am I being too harsh on it? I want to have a fun conversation with you guys in the comment section down below. More movie reviews are coming to the channel very soon.